Hey guys, Yavis here with CrossFit Bethesda. Today we are going to go over a passive mobility drill. Basically, we got 7 different positions that some of them are both sides, left and right. All of the stuff for today is pretty passive, like not a lot of, well, except for the last position which is more or less active. But basically, if you have a yoga mat, get it handy. Maybe you want to have a yoga block or two kind of nearby. Maybe something else that you can prop yourself, like a blanket or a towel, something like that could be helpful in some of these drills. Alright, so let's start setting up onto our mat with knees under us. Walk your hands forward and begin shooting the hips back. And as you do that, grab the floor with your fingertips and begin to tense. So we want to walk the hands forward as we push the hips back into a child's pose. Splay the knees to the side, dropping the hips in between your knees. We spent about 2 minutes here. Try to just get into the right mindset right now. Concentrating on slow breaths into the nose and full easy exhales out. As we're getting started into that routine, try to get into a right mindset, which is to feel the sensations in your body without judgment. To just observe things as they pass, emotions, sensations, physical or again emotional in your head, and just observe them. Get curious into what's happening, pay attention to it, but then just let it go and move on. Alright, so from here, let's make our way to our hands and feet. And stepping the right leg forward. So the right leg is in front of us. The left remains behind. We're going to go to a 2-minute lizard position on the right side. The main target is the left hip flexor. Secondary target is the right gluteal group. You can be on your hands upright here. You may need to have an object to support yourself. You may need an elbow or a hand on your other knee, or making your way down, whatever works for you. We got 2 minutes here, 1.5 minutes remaining. If you regularly do mobility routines, it becomes easier to get to the mindset of relaxation. But the more you tune into the comfort and sensations that you do not like and you want to get away, the more difficult it is to stay with the stretch without any reaction to it, but just let it happen. Okay, from here, once our 2 minutes are up, we're going to slowly walk it out. Never transition fast out of these longer positions. And going into a half split, thinking about driving the hips back and extending the front leg until we get a hamstring stretch. A couple of variations here. You can keep driving the hips back, folding the chest over, or you can try to elongate, pushing the back knee away from you, going into more of a like even close to a full split position. We're 10 seconds into a 2-minute stretch. A very helpful breathing concept to do as you stretch is, as you take a breath in, think about directing that energy and the force of your breath into the area that you feel stretching. In this case, for me, that's my right hamstring. And then as I exhale, kind of let that tension go. See if my body automatically and on its own find a little more space and allow me to go a little deeper into that position. Seconds to go, we're almost there. Slowly make your way out of this stretch by going forward. Come back to a position that we were earlier, like the lizard pose, but from here, begin to walk your right foot towards the left side. And then dropping that right knee down, go into a pigeon position. From here, find anything that feels good in your body. Move the shin closer to you, that will decrease the stretch to the really good medial group on the right. Maybe you need a block to put on your right side. Maybe you need to assist yourself any other way. To make it more challenging, bring your shin forward or try to maintain an upright posture. Now, either of those versions actually will be more challenging if your hips are pressing down into the floor. You want to spend another 2 minutes here, about 2 minutes 15 altogether. As time progresses into these positions, you may decide to try to readjust a little bit and see if you can optimize the way that feels in your body by changing the angle of your body or shin, or rotate a little one way or the other. Just play around and let your body tell you what is right for you. Slowly make your way up. You're going to get a little transitional stretch. Put your feet on top front of the mat and tuck your toes under you, lift your hips up and through to a downward dog position. I'm going to spend just a few seconds here. Press as hard as you can with your hands against the floor. Push your hips up and away and try to drive your heels into the floor under you. Then take a big breath in, lift your left leg up, and with the exhale, step the right leg in between the hands, or as far forward as you can. After that, adjust it as needed. Going into first position, lizard position on the left this time. So I have my left foot forward, right leg extended behind me. The main target is the right hip flexor with the secondary left side gluteal group right here. Begin to work your way down if that is something you feel like you can do. You can have a yoga block or a towel or a couch in front of you to support yourself, anything that works. We've got another minute and a half on this side. About a minute to go. Just 30 seconds left. Slowly begin to make your way up. Find a position that you can transition your hips backwards, extending to the left leg, going to a half split on the left side, targeting whatever here on the back side feels right. Maybe you feel some of the lower back. Just try to find a position that feels like it's a stretch you need. And we're going to spend another almost 2 minutes in here. Got 1 minute to go. Continue to return to your breath every time you find yourself distracted or thinking about the discomfort you feel. Try to let that go and focus on breathing big, easy breaths. Full nasal inhale. Exhale any way you feel like it works for you, but make it soft and gentle. Last 10 seconds. And with your next exhale, make your way out of that position. Coming back to the front where our lizard position was, and walk your foot over to the side. Dropping down into a pigeon position. You can again, as a reminder, modify it by putting something to elevate you underneath your hip, whatever is available. And we'll spend 2 minutes left side pigeon pose. to go. About 10 seconds before we come out of this one, and then we're going to transition into targeting a little more of the upper body. With your next exhale, begin to make your way out of our left side pigeon pose. Coming to your hands and knees. Take a few moments here, going into a child's pose. Hands in front of us, drop the hips back and open the knees wide. Take a few moments to just relax. From here, bring both hands together and place them on the floor. Then place your elbows just directly in front of your shoulders. Bring your hips up like you're doing a downward dog, but you remain with your forearms on the ground and the weight is distributed a little more evenly. From here, begin to walk your feet forward until you get a big shoulder stretch. Keep pushing with the elbows down into the floor, hips away. If you're more experienced as a yoga practitioner, maybe you want to kick into a headstand or elbow stand, please go ahead and do that. We're going to take just a few moments here. From here, walk your feet backwards and drop your hips down. Lift your chest up and begin to push your chest through the shoulders forward, dragging the elbows back, going into a Cobra Stretch. Now, we're going to spend here just about a minute, but if this feels easy and not enough, you can press with your hands to go on to a seal stretch. However, just keep in mind that for this to not hurt your lower back, you should be able to maintain your hips flushed against the floor. And we also don't want to shrug the shoulders. We want to think about elevating the neck, pressing actively with your arms against the floor. So it's not a passive position. Keep your glutes tight. Just another 30 seconds. This position is only for 1 minute. Begin to walk yourself slowly down and away from that position. Then extend one arm. I'm going to do my left first, just so you can see a little better. In a way that your shoulder is pressing down against the floor as much as possible. Your hand is a little higher than the line of your shoulder if we draw a straight line from the shoulder towards that side, towards my left. Then I'm going to twist, pinning my left shoulder onto the floor and getting as far as I need to go to get a good stretch through my front side of the left body. Anything through the shoulder or your chest area is what we are targeting. Forgot to look at my timer. Okay. I'll spend 2 minutes here. can use your free arm to press against the floor for counter pressure, or you can open it up as a counterweight. It really depends on your comfort with either one. Do whatever works for you. Slowly begin to make your way out that side. If you do feel a little tingly through your arm by the end of a 2-minute hold like that, it's quite normal, don't worry about it. It's something that's part of the process. It does get better over time and gets less uncomfortable, so nothing to really worry about then. But if you stretch, remember to never push through pain. You want to be no more than moderately discomforted in the position, but you should go more like, oh, this kind of stinks, I don't want to be there, more than I really need to get out of here as soon as possible. Okay, right arm twisted close. Walk your right fingertips away from you, pin your right shoulder to the side, turn over, and again, you can use that left hand for pressure, or you can bring it over as a counterweight. It really depends on what makes more sense for your position. We've got a little bit over a minute and a half to go. And here is an option. You may have a foam roller, yoga block, or a pillow to put under your head, so you don't have to keep supporting it up in the air. One of the most important things about this stretch is to keep that right shoulder pinned down into the ground. And just as a little information, I'm almost entirely flipped to my back. Most people will not get that far. Don't worry about looking a certain way. What we want is sensations to the front part of the body, the shoulder, the chest, maybe some of your bicep, but really the way you look in a stretch is not an indication of anything. We are all different. We have different bodies, not only on the outside, but the way that we are kind of made on the inside, the way our bones connect and they're shaped. So do not try to match a form that looks like something. Instead, think about getting to the position that feels right, that you feel like you're working, but it is within your limits of control. That is how we're going to improve, especially the mobility. We need a lot of patience and a lot of consistency over time. We got just about 10 seconds here. Slowly begin to make your way out. And we've come to our last position. We're just going to do a downward facing dog, an active position to finish up for 1 minute. Then after that, I recommend that you take a minute or two to just lay down and relax without doing anything, trying to just see how your body feels pre and after the routine. Okay, place your hands on the floor. Take your toes under. Press your hips up in the air, pushing with your shoulders into the floor, trying to touch your chest to your knees. You want to create different forces. The hands are pressing down and forward. My feet are pressing down and backwards. My hips are pressing up, and I'm trying to touch my chest to my knees. Even as I'm doing all of that, I try to maintain my neck to be soft. Maybe shake your head yes and no a few times. Just now a few seconds, guys. Hang there. slowly make your way up to the mat. And I hope you enjoyed this routine. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. for our workout. If you actually don't know what's coming yet, please try not to look. Just bring a bottle of water with you because you need it. I promise. Alright, so as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to upload this video on our YouTube channel as well. So you can find it there longer than just today as an Instagram. Alright, George, nice. I'm happy you joined me. Well, if you're not going to be up at 8 a.m., just do it later. All I'm going to say, it is going to be a fun one, and it's going to be the only workout you need to do that day, I promise. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.